Hey, yo.
Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via Amazon, not available on Sundays, Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
Yes, indeed. And we are powered, as always, by Sorum Vega Pro Audio. What up, Suave?
Yet another day in these internet jungle-ish streets. I am yet holding on to his unchanging hand.
Before we get into this tunage, we had we had WWE Bad Blood last week.
Right?
This week, we do it all over again.
Hey.
You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. Let's say that bitch again. I know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. You know who ain't gonna win. We say that bitch again. One, two, three. Get your
Tell I won.
1, 2, 3. Get the fuck on. 1, 2, 3. Get your
Tell I won.
1, 2, 3. Get the fuck on. Hey.
And in true fashion, I told you the edits last week was to piss my son off. Mission accomplished.
Man, look, bro, you violence for the sake of violence is just not. It's not okay, bro. Because hurt people.
Who hurt people?
Yeah, that part. You've got to do better. You've got to do better.
Man, this week, I believe the date for this one, Saturday, October 12th. Yeah, my Lord.
Yeah, my Lord.
I said, yeah, my Lord.
Yeah, my Lord.
20 and 20, 4 for 4.
Would you like fries with that, sir?
Absolutely, sir. I would.
Dipping sauce for your nuggets. Pause.
I will take the most grimy beer cheese dip that you have for Oktoberfest, sir.
Grimy beer cheese dip?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a lager of choice that you would like this dip made with? Pause. I don't even think that was pause worthy, but just in case.
Something with Eimer, Augen, something with two hyper carrots over the U's would be preferred.
Shiner Bach. Yeah, I'm not the beer guy on this show.
Yeah, I'm about to say lager and Bach are two different types of beer, but you know.
Yeah.
Let the search say.
Hey, I don't even drink this stuff.
WrestleDream coming to you live from Seattle, Washington. There's a lot of people on this picture, and some of them ain't even gonna be on this damn show.
Beer, this looks like an AEW beer. Like if you bought the 24-pack, this is what the outside would look like.
This would be a fire-ass tall can. You understand me?
Bruh.
You get you a 32-ounce growler mini keg or like a 24-ounce tall boy. This would be a fire label.
Bruh. Hey, shout out to the zoo. They'll know this and they'll laugh like hell. Lumberjack Lager Special Edition.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we got WrestleDream coming live from Seattle, Washington this coming Saturday. We have 8 matches and a 0-hour match. We'll kick it off with the 0-hour match.
8-piece dog with the pepper.
Yeah. For the ROH TV title, champion Atlantis Jr. taking on Brian Cage, the Swolverine, aka the Wellness Monster. Suave, who ain't gonna win? Mind you, we are in a former home of Brian Cage in the Seattle, Tacoma area.
Brian Cage will not be winning. Like, look, if we was doing this on skill level, like, okay, there's no better explanation or illustration of how these games are different when we play with AEW content versus Stanford content. If we were going just on skill level,
I have the scales flipped. 5 years ago, we ain't having this conversation. We Brian Cage.
Right. So, thank God for Shad Khan's pocketbook. Thank God for Tony Khan's initiative. So,
However,
if we were going off skill level and what a person looks like on camera, obviously you would say that Brian Cage should go over in this space. We have come to understand, know, and love that AEW cannot be judged on looks alone. You have to get into the substance of the product and learn who they are on the inside. And because you have to learn who they are on the inside, you realize that everything does not go by traditional pro wrestling logic. Therefore, ergo, i.e., still your Ring of Honor television champion, Atlantis Jr. And here's a fun fact. I've never seen him wrestle a match before.
We can end the show right there. Showbook, how we should play. Oh man, what a hot take.
What a time to be alive.
You literally said everything that I could have thought about saying in a very color commentator kind of way.
It's my job to be complete.
I have nothing else but to agree with that. Brian Cage, I don't care. Like as we slowly morph into Stanford logic being applied elsewhere, you're not going to win at home, even if it was a temporary home for you. Like the crowd's going to be behind you. That's about all you got. So Brian Cage, I know you ain't gonna win. Let's kick off.
Do not pick Brian Cage on your parlay ticket. You're not gonna cash out.
DraftKings, if you pick Brian Cage, you are not doing yourself a service. We have. Let me see where we're gonna start at here. Since they like to stack the bottom of the card with the top, or bottom of the pay-per-view with the top of the card, should I say?
Wait, before you do that though, it would actually be a great side bet since we talking about parlays. If you were to select these matches in the order that they're actually going to happen.
That's exactly what I'm going to try to do here.
That's a level of difficulty that has been enhanced. See, we're doing the most to bring you the best.
So let's kick off the pay-per-view. Since he's not going to be in the main event, let's get the crowd hot, shall we? It's in Tacoma. I said Seattle. I was actually in Tacoma. So since we're in Tacoma, Washington, this man's from Seattle. We'll kick it off. This will be the first match in the card. YFN Darby Allin taking on Brody King. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Brody King, because I'm not, again, not because I have anything against Brody King. I think he's actually very talented. Darby's in he's in a state of flux. What is his next step? So he's lost the title shot. He threw out an open challenge. He's got a pink fur hoodie and a laundry list of injuries and nowhere to go.
Sting leaves and Darby turns to Caucasian Cameron. Meanwhile, we're looking at the final days of the House of Black.
Are we really?
Well, as it sits, there rumor has it that we're about to be losing the leader of the House of Black, going back to be alongside his missus.
Considering Ray Phoenix's current predicament, you think ain't no time finna get thrown back on that?
Oof.
Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation. And he got to work too. Oof.
And Miro, I hope you're listening.
You know what's crazy? I don't think he's hurt.
He's been hurt, but like, how do you calculate that time? Like, how do you make the differential between the time that he was hurt versus hurt feelings versus I ain't coming here for that creative?
Injury time is diagnosis to clearance. That's it. There's nothing else. Anything else seems if you want to calculate hurt feelings, that goes under retaliation.
It's gonna get real messy before it get clean.
You ain't said nothing but a word, partner.
It's gonna get real messy in AEW's situation before it get clean, because it's a couple people that's on them books that's been getting money on them books, but ain't been doing nothing with the books.
Scraping off the scale, and you get, let's say, look, what the lady say? A little in the baggie, little in the purse. Little in the baggie, little in the purse.
Learn how to put weed in the bag first, then get money.
Man, do we have this many title matches? I guess we do.
It was all a WrestleDream.
Let's go with the next non-title match that's on the card. Or apparently the last non-title match is on the card. Hangnail Adam Page taking on a returning Switchblade Jay White. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Adam Page ain't gonna win. It just doesn't make sense to bring Jay White back and put him in a high-profile match like this just for him to lose.
So here, Jay White ain't go. Adam Page ain't gonna win, but they also are advertising the return of the hometown hero, which is probably going to be the reason why Hangnail Page does not win this match.
Which to me would be the funniest yet stupidest thing possible. Like, you're just gonna reignite the feud to keep going.
Ignite, considering the last thing we saw was the house being burned up.
Aha! The feud that never ends. Yes,
it needs to. It needs to. We don't need to have this Tom and Jerry fodder going on for the rest of Swerve's natural AEW career.
Side bet on the parlay. If Swerve's getting involved in this match, what does he do? Does he hit Adam Page with a chair? Does he inject him with a syringe? Or does he do something completely different?
Side bet parlay. He's a cameraman. It's easy.
So you gonna hit him with the camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
Corner spot.
It's kind of hard to hide a 6'2", 240-pound black man as a cameraman, but
not necessarily. Do you remember in Greensboro what the cameraman, what the camera people were wearing?
Yeah, he wasn't exactly working the whole time, but yeah, I'm with you.
All black with all black head dressing as well.
Hey, you remember the last time I saw them like hide an extremely physically disproportionate cameraman in a situation like that who happened to be African American?
Who was that?
1997, the first Bad Blood. Remember this cameraman Sean knocked out and tried to drag to the front door, and that's how he got out of the cage. The forearms on this dude, that man is not lifting a camera for a living.
Yeah, yeah, you can't spell plant a worse way. I thought you were talking about something recent that happened.
No. That was a history fact.
Oh boy. All right, so we have so far Darby and then Hangnail with the return of Swerve in the first hour.
And it seems really stupid to beat Hangnail right now, since he's kind of on a roll. This is the height of his AEW character arc. Like, he's never been better as a character, even though we've already jumped out of the car on him as a talent because of previous transgressions. But like, beating him here, like, it's a no-win situation. You should have given Hangnail Page to Juice Robinson, and he should have beat Juice. And then you get the return of Jay White at the pay-per-view, but you had to try to do something else. So,
yeah,
here we are.
Such is life. Let's see. Here we are. Let's see. The next one, I was going to go. Actually, I like this one here for the next match.
Wrestling Roulette.
Did I even bring it on here? Hold on here. Is I think I have it. Hold on, I do have it. Let me load it real quick. Stand by.
Bruh.
Don't bruh me.
Bruh.
What is wrong with you?
Bruh.
I don't have the graphic, but it's wait, actually
a sleeping deal.
No, because it's not on the card. That's why I don't have it. So in that case, let's do this one here because I know that where I'm going next. This is going to be the next match on the card, I think, for the AEW World Tag Team titles. Your champions, Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, the Young Bucks, taking on Private Party, Zay and Quinn. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
Private Party ain't winning nothing.
Really?
They won by being on pay-per-view. That's it. They won with the pay-per-view payday that they'll be able to take home after WrestleDream. They've already won.
It's so funny because I believe these were the first AEW. No, they weren't. They were in the finals. They were the 8th seed. They were in the finals. They lost to SoCal Uncensored. The story is nice, but you're right. There's no reason for these boys to win against and I don't mean boys like that way, but these fellas to win against the Young Bucks, even though the Young Bucks are just putting like it's a terrible stain on the AEW World Tag Team Championship legacy, in my humble opinion.
So here's a call back to histrionics for those who've been here for the whole 5 years of AEW. You remember that initial tag tournament for crowning the first tag team champions?
Yes, sir.
The team that eliminated the Young Bucks from the tournament was Private Party.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
So this would be kind of cool for everything to come full circle and them to win, AEW tag titles by beating the Young Bucks at this point. However, that's just wishful thinking. You're winners and still.
Also, side note, I did mention that your first AEW World Tag Team Champions were SoCal Uncensored. Do you remember who actually carried those belts, Suave?
Pardon?
For SoCal Uncensored, who carried the AEW belts? It's a trio, like a Freebird rule. But what two of the three carried the belts?
Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian.
Absolutely. Circle gets the square. Now, here's the crazy thing.
All right.
Frankie Kazarian left AEW and went to TNA for whatever reason. Carve his own lane again. Go back to where he was most prominent.
Fly.
Because truth be told, the best pieces of his career came from TNA. I will say that.
Yeah.
But where in the blue hell has Scorpio Sky been, bruh?
That's a great question. I don't have an answer.
Because he had a great run with Ethan Page, but Ethan Page over here flourishing on NXT.
That man, look, maybe he's outsmarted us all. Maybe he just said, you know what? The check is good. If I keep my head down, they won't call on me.
They won't notice me. Let us shut up now before they bring his ass back to Dynamite next week.
To do a job. Maybe.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
Rampage.
Yeah, please don't do that. Maybe he'll get a chance to come back with this whole influx of melanated talent. Maybe MVP got something for him.
Well, I hope not, because MVP will make him the Sean Spears of the Hurt Syndicate.
No. Shelton needs a tag partner.
There you go. We can definitely get Shelton another tag partner. One of the greatest tag team specialists ever.
Hey, look,
and one of the most underrated single competitors ever.
Shelton might be done wrestling tag matches. He might say, I won't be TNT champion. I won't be the champion of all of TNT.
The president of the complaint department, the gold standard, Shelton Benjamin.
That man has no fear. He's sipping coffee out of somebody else's cup. Pause.
Somebody else's coffee out of somebody else's cup.
That's savage.
That's a separate level of savagery in front of you there.
My God.
Moving on through the card. After the tag match, we're gonna go with this one. Nice break in the middle there. For the AEW Women's World Championship, your champion Mariah May taking on Willow Nightingale. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
I actually hate that I'm about to say this, but Willow Nightingale ain't gonna win. And at one point, she was very much in line to be something special, and they let her cool off like they've let so many other people cool off when they get hot, i.e. Wardlow, i.e. Give me another one.
I'll give you a great example on the women's side.
Okay.
Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, after she had that hardcore match.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
She was part of arguably one of the greatest women's hardcore matches ever for someone who had virtually no previous wrestling experience before AEW and carved her name across the entire industry as legit tough girl in this game from that match. Nose splattered across her face. And what did we get out of that? Nothing.
Not a damn. I mean, look, we said Willow Nightingale should have beat Mercedes Moné, and we see how the internet has reacted. The internet and the AEW core audience faithful have reacted to Mercedes Moné in the wake of that. All we were saying was, if you were going to end up with Mercedes Moné as a heel anyway, which I think was always the move, what better way to do that than have her lose and then flip out?
Mm-hmm.
Let her go full Kanye. But what do I know? You know.
All right. Let's move it along. Let's get to the action. Here's a match that's be perfect for the placement on this card here. One fall, 60-minute time limit for the AEW International Championship and a triple threat match. Will Ospreay, your champion, taking on Ricochet, taking on Konosuke Takeshita. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
I can 100% tell you that Ricochet ain't gonna win.
Start there.
Now, who I want to win would be Takeshita, but he ain't gonna win either. Because under no circumstances should Will Ospreay be taking another loss here anytime soon.
The worst thing you can do to Will Ospreay is make him lose. He's not bulletproof.
Now, if you want to take the title off of him, cool. Have Takeshita lay out Ricochet. All 100% for that. But under no circumstances should Will Ospreay be losing anytime soon. Now,
I don't know if they're going to enact. Actually, that's Continental title, but there's not going to be any other rules. So in a true three-way triple threat match, there's no disqualification. Okay. With the trade that we just got on Dynamite last night, Lance Archer is now part of the Don Callis family. Lance Archer gang.
Lance Archer is now part of the Dallas Cowboys. He's playing DN.
He's part of the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, he's a defensive tackle and a tight end at the same time.
Welcome
both sides of the field for two teams.
Welcome to the squad, my boy.
He's part of the Don Callis family alongside Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Frazier.
Fletcher.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking NXT. Kyle Fletcher. Thank you, sir.
I'm like smoking Kyle Frazier. The Hellraiser, raising hell on the major.
I'm with you. Anybody not named Will Ospreay ain't gonna win. And if that's different, if anything differs from that, it's going to be because of Lance Archer. Only because Lance Archer's game.
I mean, you know, I'm with you on that.
I'll take it. Moving on along. Next up, we have for the ROH World Title, your champion Mark Briscoe taking on POS Chris Jericho, who's trying to be the Ocho. The Learning Tree, not POS. The POS Learning Tree.
He's trying to become the Nueve, I believe.
Yeah, the Nueve, yes. Let's say the Ocho. Yeah, the Nueve. Yeah,
he's already been the Ocho.
He's currently the Ocho.
He's been the Ocho, he's been the A-hole, he's been a lot. For that reason, I am not choosing him to win. Chris Jericho ain't gonna win.
Chris Jericho ain't gonna win.
Just for the good of all of us and what we're trying to do. Please.
It's for the betterment of the entire professional wrestling industry.
No more.
Hi, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Let's see here. So we had are we done this whole card? Dang.
Nah, have we?
I'm about to take a look real quick.
I'm looking here. I see
we got one more match.
Just one?
Just one. Oh no. We got two. I'm about to say that seems short as hell.
I can tell you now you done already ruined the parlay because you got one of these matches way too deep in the card. Pause.
It's got to be this one here. It's got to be this one here. But there's a reason. There's a reason why I put this match here in the card.
Why?
The placement of the TNT Championship, because it's only a 20-minute time limit on this match. Jack Perry taking on Katsuyori Shibata. I put it here because historically, when Darby Allin had the title, this is where the match went. And Jack Perry, quote unquote, air quotes, being a pillar.
Is Darby Allin in this match?
Darby Allin is not in this match.
Is anyone who performs like Darby Allin in this match?
No, but someone who's in the same breath as Darby Allin is in this match.
Only because he's in the same company. You, sir, have neglected to use broken pencil logic, and I call you out on that. You got a better shot at this match opening the pay-per-view than being the secondary main event.
Okay.
I'll take that bet.
I see you enrage you. Let's swap this match. We're still going to figure out who ain't going to win. Okay. But we'll swap this match to the beginning of the card to open up the pay-per-view. Everything else stays in the same order.
Okay.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can do that. So no bet. All
right, cool. So Jack Perry versus Katsuyori Shibata. Swap who ain't going to win.
Shibata will not be winning on this evening.
Thank you for coming, Konnichiwa.
Appreciate you, my boy.
And finally,
thanks for making the flight.
We know who ain't gonna win this match here. We might as well just end the show. But for the sake of the conversation, the last of the hometown heroes. This one just from about 3 hours away from Tacoma. For the AEW World Championship, your champion Bryan Danielson taking on Jon Moxley. Suave, who ain't gonna win?
I'm torn, and here's the reason.
I thought, okay, you didn't let me down.
Here's the thing.
So Bryan Danielson, by all accounts, if we're supposed to take him at face value, take him at his word, he's going to need neck surgery. It's an inevitable. It's not if, it's when. We've already been given the caveat that his full-time in-ring career will cease to exist once he loses this title. He didn't say he was going to retire. He didn't say he was never going to wrestle again. He just said his full-time schedule. Which, while you're working in AEW, I don't understand what a part-time schedule looks like. And that's not a slight to AEW whatsoever. It's looking at their calendar. What is a part-time schedule for 52 weeks of television and 12 pay-per-views? They don't do house shows anymore. And Bryan Danielson is usually working, as far as in the ring, once a week, if that, because he may not wrestle on TV every week, especially with his name value and his current physical state. So is you like wrestling once a quarter? Every half year, every full moon? Like what is this?
He gains attraction status. And I can tell you, based on what I'm looking at now, here's some dates you can expect to see Bryan Danielson in some capacity post neck surgery.
Okay.
All In, Arlington, Texas, Globe Life Field, July 12th.
Guaranteed.
Forbidden Door, London, England, August 24th.
I agree.
And I would probably say All Out Chicago, but even though actually I won't say All Out Chicago.
Next year's WrestleDream. What's the date on that?
WrestleDream there's no date on it yet.
Because if they're going back to Tacoma again, he'll be there for that.
I would like to think that the other two events that have already been signed that he would actually show up for. But if he's recovering from neck surgery, there's absolutely no way doctor's going to clear him for flights to Tokyo for Wrestle Dynasty the week of Wrestle Kingdom, which is on January the 5th, 2025, as well as Grand Slam Australia, which is on February the 15th from Brisbane, Australia.
Oh, if he has neck surgery,
and you can speak from experience on this, Wav.
Facts. If he has neck surgery at any point during 2024, you might as well just wipe him off the slate of 2025 altogether. Ain't gonna be no nothing for 2025. He'll be there he'll be waving. He won't be doing any suplexes. He won't be doing any bridges.
Would it be a Papal wave?
I mean, I think he'll do a full frontal pause, but
Hey, yo.
you'll get the front wave, but yeah, you ain't getting much after that. When he has neck surgery, 12 months off the table before we even start thinking about seeing him. Period. For the style he wrestles, 12 months.
So
I don't care if he goes to Germany like Christian McCaffrey did, or he goes
or Mexico, get some stem cells.
Yeah, if you go overseas like Kobe and Adrian Peterson did, doesn't matter. 12 months.
Because the neck is what controls everything else.
Fam.
So let me give you the rest of the pay-per-view schedule for the rest of the year so we can come up with the conclusion of who ain't gonna win this match officially.
It's Moxley.
Now here, and I really hope, because we got it. The next full episode we do, we're going to unpack a lot related to AEW's immediate future. We're also going to go back and talk about WWE's Bad Blood preview, Survivor Series. We got a lot of our normal stuff to talk.
Some press conference answers that sparked a little bit of discussion between us.
Some backstage antics that we did not expect to see surface on social media that have come to play a part in what's going to possibly be the future of someone's demise of a career in a WWE.
Yikes. It's gonna be some whatnots.
Wink, so to speak. I'm throwing that in air quotes too. Here's the rest of the AEW calendar for the year. Full Gear, November 23rd.
Okay. Wait, when the Survivor Series? Ain't that the same day?
November 30th, a week later.
Okay, got you. Well, at least they're
good call. Now, here is the big question mark with the asterisks on the sides. World's End in Orlando, Florida, December 28, 2024. God bless the people of Florida. God bless the people of Western North Carolina.
Facts.
Helene was a monster, and right now, Central Florida is getting hammered by Milton.
Bruh.
Will Orlando even be the same and or recovered by December 28th? If so, great. World's End happens. But a week later, we got Wrestle Dynasty in Japan? So does Bryan Danielson's World End, wink, wink, on December 28th?
It's all up to Tony Khan. Like, I'm sure Tony Khan has an end game in mind. Yeah, I know people, like to make jokes and say all these different things about Tony Khan, and with good reason. Some of you've seen his behavior. You've seen memes and all different other stuff.
He's a super fan at the end of the day, too.
Facts. He is, which tells me that's exactly how I know he has an end game to this. He has something in his mind that makes sense, whether that be Bryan Danielson retiring at All In next year, is that's when he's gonna lose, or is there a bigger story at play? That's why I'm like, you're not gonna get some sort of I don't think you're going to get a flash retirement for Bryan Danielson during this title run unless you have a monumental storyline.
And they tried to hotshot it with the way that they ended All Out, but man, I'm just
Shane McMahon, I'm looking at you.
Listen. We're on this again. We got stuff to talk about.
Anything short of Shane McMahon being the ringleader of Moxley's new change in perspective, anything short of that, Bryan Danielson is going home with the title. Period. That's all I'm saying. Now, you get Shane, then you might have some action. But anything short of Shane showing up to help aid that situation coming to fruition, I don't think you're going to see Bryan take no L.
And I really I don't want to see an MMA situation could pop up with Shane in AEW a la Underground.
Shane needs to be there as a mouthpiece only. Pause.
That's it. Like he needs to do the job without the restrictions that Eric Bischoff was hired to do in WWE.
You think Shane is an authority figure?
No. Mouthpiece. Specifically mouthpiece.
Okay. Okay.
Talk him into the building.
Because what scares me the most is that
I know what scares me the most about Shane McMahon.
I'll let you go because this might be hilarious.
Shane McMahon saw All Out and was like, and he might get a wild idea.
Oh, Shane, I guarantee you, Shane is full of wild ideas. Problem with that being, he has no one to say no. There's only one person. There's only one person who can tell him no, and I think he can even convince that guy.
Matt Hardy went splat on a pay-per-view.
Now, Shane's not. I almost used a word I shouldn't use. Shane,
you might want to think about that because he might be.
Yeah, if his head is the concrete, he might be afterwards. However, I don't feel like Shane will put himself in immediate danger in a sense of I'm going to do this and I know it's going to hurt me. He'll do something like I'll do this and I'm expecting it to hurt someone else,
and it's going to look cool,
right? falling off a forklift onto a concrete floor doesn't look cool in Shane's mind. However,
using a jetpack from the top of Daly's place to go to the 50-yard line of the Jaguar Stadium to splash somebody with a 450. Now that's amazing.
Now that looks cool. And Shane would do that. Yeah, next Stadium Stampede, Shane's gonna have a jetpack and he's gonna do a 450 from the top, from the skybox, all the way to the 50-yard line.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude. But yeah, if you don't see Shane on what's the Saturday?
Yep.
Yeah, if you don't see Shane on Saturday, I don't think Brian loses. And I need them to come up with some reason for Moxley to lose without killing the momentum with this new character.
The only way to do that is a DQ finish with a jumping.
When have you ever seen a DQ finish in AEW in a world title match?
That's the thing.
See, they're very ECW-esque in that way. Like, you don't get DQ finishes very often, which is cool for the paying customer.
Yep. It's amazing because you actually get what you pay for. You actually get to see a fight to the finish. You'll see a lot of nonsense. You'll see a lot of like interference, things of that nature, but you won't necessarily see.
Exactly. Which goes to our previous point that TK is a real fan. But it also puts you into some weird booking situations where, hey, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. How are you going to get around this?
Underdog roll up, it seems to be Bryan Danielson's specialty.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that, but it's also going to make Jon Moxley go apeshit.
But I mean, define apeshit. We already tried to choke this man out with a plastic bag.
the bar is high. Like short of legit putting him in a casket and burying him. Like, there's not much more that can be done to stop this man.
Like, you literally have to set him on fire. Like, bare skin.
I got Mox ain't gonna win. I just don't think that this is the pay-per-view for Bryan Danielson to take it home, even if he is at home.
Thank you for joining us.
Argue with your mama, but argue with us too. Show at brokenpencilbc.com, brokenpencilbc@gmail.com. It's at brokenpencilbc on all things social, at brokenpencilbc on what?
The man said, I'm gonna get with your mama. My God.
At brokenpencilbc on what?
It's everything.
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 You are a menace.
Society, which is WYBA. PAFE.
Yes. Well, I'll take him to the house.
Man, pistol pushers, like, rate,
I ain't even listening to this.
Tell a friend. Tell that friend to tell a friend, and then
tell that friend again.
Heads up. Pencils down.
Tell you how synergy works. I bet I nailed it at the exact same time he did, and I can't even hear him.
Factually, you actually did.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.